Welcome to our Cleanse from Within detox class. We're really excited to share some simple ways that we can detox and cleanse and help our body support its natural cleansing abilities. We're going to learn a little bit more about what our body does on a daily basis to eliminate toxins and things and how we can help it along the way. So let me start by sharing our slides here. Okay. And let me know if you can see that. Um, Can you all see that okay? Yeah, brilliant. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to make Jane, if that's all right, the co-host in case anyone comes in. Thank you, Jane. And back to the screen. Mm. Righty-ho. So, cleanse from within. All right, let's just make sure that's, I think that's as full screen as we can. And yeah, so what we're going to look at is, some ways that we can detox. But first of all, some ways or some signs or symptoms that you may think, oh, actually, I could do with a bit of a detox. Could be you've got a bit of brain fog, you're feeling a bit bloated, a bit of heaviness there in the digestive system. You may have energy crashes. You may have puffiness in the skin. Your skin maybe feel congested. You may have breakouts actually on your skin as well, a sign that your toxins are not getting out as efficient as they could be. Irregular bowel movements as well is another sign that you maybe need a bit of a spring clean. And why do we need to cleanse? Well, our body does it every day. It detoxes every day. Our liver, our kidneys, our gut, our lymphatic system, and through our skin. And they're working constantly. And the reason we do gentle cleansing regularly is because even though it does it naturally, we've got extra load that we add to it. We've got stress, we've got processed foods, we sit more, we don't get as much movement, maybe we don't drink enough. And there's lots more toxins added to everyday life, isn't there? Chemicals and things like that. So a gentle cleanse is about making everything work a little bit better. If you think of it like your house, think of what would happen if you just kept bringing stuff in and overloading the rooms and everything's cluttered and there's dust everywhere. And we do light cleans all the time, don't we? But eventually, if we don't have a really good clean out, we won't be able to sort of move about properly in the home, and the home won't function as efficiently as a house that is regularly checked up on to, put things away, clean out cupboards so everything's working, everything's in its place. And that's the same with the body. If we can give it a thorough but gentle cleanse, get rid of things that are lurking that don't need to be there, then it will help the function of the body and the body's natural systems to run more smoothly. Okay, and the reason we need to do it regularly, but like we said, our body's already doing it, is we've got these built-in systems. Our liver is filtering, processing everything we don't need. Our kidneys are balancing fluid all the time and flushing out waste. Our gut hopefully eliminates it on a daily basis, and we can look at if it doesn't. Our lymphatic system is clearing cellular leftovers all the time. Our skin and lungs are daily eliminating toxins as well. So cleansing basically means supporting all those systems we've just mentioned to do their job better, more efficiently. even if we eat well and healthy, more than ever in our modern society, we have more processed foods and more additives added to food. We've got excess sugar, we've got alcohol to deal with in our system, we've got stress hormones that need detoxifying. If we sit a lot of the time, then we won't be eliminating things as efficiently as if we were moving more. Maybe we don't have enough water or fibre, or maybe we do, but we're always exposed. Everyone's exposed to environmental air through pollution, cleaning products. Obviously, we're going to try and have a clean home as much as possible, aren't we? And that can leave us really just weighing us down. All these excess things in our body can really weigh us down, and that can make us feel a bit lethargic. So a gentle cleanse is a really good time, and from this time of year till spring is a great time to gently do that. So just a little bit about the body systems that are detoxing and what they do. So our digestive system is there to break down the food, absorb the nutrients, and remove the waste through the regular bowel movements. It helps to keep the body feeling lighter and less bloated. What our liver does, that's our filtering center, and that helps really. That's a big organ that detoxes for us. It breaks down toxins, medication, hormones, alcohol, and it helps to neutralize and prepare waste to leave the body. It supports our digestion also through bile production. Then, as we mentioned about the kidneys and the urinary system, that then helps filter the blood, and we have the waste through urine. It also helps to balance fluids and electrolytes and helps us to stay hydrated. Now, our lymphatic system, which we'll talk more about as well, this really is great for clearing cellular waste and supporting our immune system. It moves congestion out of tissues. So think of the puffiness that we may have. It may be that we need to boost our lymphatic system. And we'll talk more about that on the next few slides. And then we've got our skin, our biggest organ that supports elimination through sweating, through our pores. So a real key to detoxing is through our skin. Do not underestimate the power of sweating and how it really helps to eliminate toxins. And then we've got equally as important, the lungs and how they help to a really good deep breathing can really help to release and get rid of waste gases and help to regulate our lymphatic system as well. So yeah, all those things aren't we wonderfully made, and our body's working all the time, and we can just help it along to work more efficiently. So just remember those key cleansing systems there and what their purpose is. And just a little safety note as well. We will be talking about a cleanse and restore regime that you can pick at. You can either do one of those things or you can do the whole regime. But if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, it's not advised. If you are medication or maybe have complex health conditions, this is something to check with a professional, medical professional. If you haven't done anything like this before, then the recommendation is to start slowly and maybe doubling up the length of time that you're doing it. Say if we mention something like a 10-day detox using some products, then we'd recommend you stretching that out to maybe 30 days and lowering the dose, just gently and slow. And always follow the information on the label as well. If in doubt and you've not done anything like this before, definitely check with a professional as well. And obviously we can help you along the way if you need some further advice. Okay, first of all, we're going to start with lemon. This is the key to us really getting started with detoxing, and it's something that we can put into our everyday life. We can start first thing in the morning before we drink anything like a hot drink, caffeine. Lemon essential oil and other citrus essential oils really help to support our kidneys. It's high in limonene, which is a great antioxidant support. And glutathione is a key antioxidant, which helps to support our liver detox pathways. So real key element in any cleanse. Interesting, it supports healthy bile flow. So that helps with our digestion and reducing that heavy feeling. So it can really support cleansing our digestive system. Obviously, we're going to be drinking more because it tastes lovely as well. So it's going to encourage our hydration. So it's going to support our kidneys there as well. So just remember that lemon is high in limonene and it's linked to supporting the body's detoxification pathways. So lemon, 1 drop a few times a day in a glass of water is a lovely way to just gently detox the body. Our next thing that we're going to look at is digestive enzymes. And this is TerraZyme digestive enzymes. And why do enzymes support our detoxification? Well, it breaks down the food into smoother. It helps to break down the bigger elements of the food into those smaller elements. So it supports us absorbing our nutrients better. It reduces bloating and heaviness. It really helps to digest any undigestible foods in the gut, from the stomach in the intestine. So anything that's lurking, TerraZyme can really help to break it down and for it to go out of the body better. So it really supports digestion. We know the is a key organ in our detox, and when digestion works well, our detox pathways are supported and our waste moves out more efficiently. So it's all about how efficient our body is at getting these toxins out. So if we don't have enough enzymes, which generally most of us don't, and it's usually because there's not enough enzymes in the food we eat, but also as we age, our enzymes deplete naturally in our body. So if you look at this little traffic here, these little cars here, without enough enzymes, digestion slows, the food sits there longer, which leads to bloating, fermentation in the gut, sluggishness. Whereas with enzymes, digestion moves smoothly and very quickly and efficiently. Better elimination, much lighter feeling. When digestion flows, then our pathways are supported, our detox pathways. So these enzymes don't actually detox us. What they do is they help our digestion run smoothly so our body can do it properly, if you get me. So the lemon oil and the TerraZyme digestive enzymes are key ingredients in any cleanse before we get to the other organs that we're talking about. So these are like the two sort of pillars, if you will, of a cleanse. And we take this throughout the cleanse that we're doing it. Personally, I take these every day anyway because they help my body become more efficient and give me more energy. So first of all, the first part of the cleanse that doTERRA recommend is, it's called the Cleanse and Restore, and it's in 3 parts. So we've got Activate is the first part, and Activate uses Zendocrine, which you can see here, but also a Zendocrine Complex, which is a herbal extract, which I'll show you on the last slide. And this helps to pull everything and start activating, sort of getting everything, sort of raising it to the surface, if you will. And with the Zendocrine, it's a blend of tangerine, rosemary, geranium, juniper, and cilantro. And these all have been chosen to help cleanse the body of toxins and free radicals. So what things like the geranium, it supports the natural ability of the body to rid itself of substances. Juniper is great for a healthy kidney function. And you look at cilantro, it's a fantastic cleanser and an eliminator of toxins, and along with the tangerine, which is high in limonene, and rosemary for healthy liver function. They've all been selected for a good reason to help support the detoxification of the body. So that's the Zendocrine oil or the soft gels, and that is those blend of those 5 essential oils that support that. Along with that is the Zendocrine Complex, which has got more herbal extracts and more sort of husk and things like that sort of activate and pull those toxins away. It's like a sort of a magnet, really. Zendocrine, the soft gel or the oil itself, and then the complex like helps to pull them pull them out of the body, if you will. So they work together hand in hand. So that's the activate stage, and this is usually done for about 10 days. Again, if you wanted a more slow cleanse, you could start this detoxification using the lemon, as we talked about, the TerraZyme and Zendocrine, and the complex for 10 to 30 days, depending on how you are. And obviously, you can talk to us about what we recommend and talk to your health professional as well. But you can do this anytime. Like if you've got Zendocrine, you can use it. So let's say you just think, I just could do with a bit of a detox. Whether you do the rest of the cleanse or not, this is a really good way to just support your kidney, liver function. Every now and again, you could do it once a month. You could do it once a quarter. I tend to do this when I can. And once I did it, I came out in like some sort of spots on my skin, and I thought, actually, I think I need a bit of a cleanse. So I did this, and all that went. So things like that, you think, actually, I could just, when you just look at your house, you think it needs a bit of a deep clean. This is the kind of thing that you can do. And there's so much more you can do with Zendocrine, not just take it internally. You can put it with some Epsom salts and do a detox bath with it as well. You could do a detox tea. You can, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but dry body brushing with Zendocrine, you can put a few drops on the body brush. You could also make a nice body oil afterwards, and that can support your skin's detoxification as well. So lovely ways to use Zendocrine. So if you've got the oil, the neat oil, 15 ml, you can just put maybe 2 or 3 drops into a veggie cap, and that would give you the same as the soft gels if you didn't want to buy the soft gels, because that's more sort of, you've got more uses using the oil as well, and diffusion as well. So after the 10 to 30 days of the activate, what we want to do now is sort of tackle the gut. And GX Assist, which has also been known as X Assist, it does what it says. It gets rid of any unwanted enemies in the gut, shall we say. Trying to be compliant here, but things that are lurking that may be, I don't like to say parasites, but I will, intestinal worms and things like that. The ingredients in this blend, which is oregano, tea tree, lemon, lemongrass and thyme, as well as caprylic acid, which is from coconut oil, really helps to purify, and it creates an unfriendly environment for these threats that we talked about. So it can disrupt anything that's causing digestive upset. You think of like stomach flu and anything lurking that's not nice in the gut. GX Assist would really help to eliminate anything that's unwanted. It's known as the gut scrubbing brush. So think of a scrubbing brush, and this is what it does. It is not for the faint-hearted or the faint if you've got a delicate stomach. So it's something that needs to be used with caution. But yeah, it is a fantastic, powerful product, and it can be used for only 10 days at a time. So let's say we've done the activate with the Zendocrine for 10 days. Then after that, we stop that and we move on to GX Assist for 10 days. And we find that you're noticing our gut is, you're feeling the difference. You're noticing the symptoms of a natural gut cleanse with the bowel movements and things like that. And then we'll move on to the next one. So if you've had any nastiness and you feel like you need a bit of a cleanse, and this would be a great one. Regardless, this can work on its own for 10 days if you wish. I would follow it by the probiotics, which I'll talk about in a second, but it's a great cleanser of the gut. And then bacteria that shouldn't be there, or things that are lurking that shouldn't be there. We've created an unhealthy environment for the things that are bad. Now we want to restore and replenish and put things back in the gut that maybe have been lost for a long time. Maybe you've been on antibiotics in your life, whether it's been recent or years ago. It really doesn't matter, because if you've been on antibiotics at any point, you will be you will have had a depletion of probiotics and prebiotics in your gut, so you will be missing out. So it's important to put back in and replenish what's been lost. And PB Restore can be done for 10 days after the GX Assist, but you can take it long term every day as well to support, you know, your long term gut health. And it's just a fantastic product. It's dual encapsulated, which means that it doesn't, the stomach acid doesn't damage the capsule. So all them beautiful probiotics, which is like 28 strains, and the active cultures really help to pass through the stomach and into the intestine, where it just helps to flourish, creating that beautiful diversity of all that microbacteria that's really going to support your immune system. It's going to support your mood, and it's going to restore everything back to balance. And it really helps to balance everything out. And you see the difference, you know, the gut's like the key to everything. So look at the image there. It says it may aid in your respiratory and immune system, help to support your skin health, gut barrier integrity. So if you struggle with leaky gut symptoms, that can really support that, along with the TerraZyme and general digestive health. But we think of the gut-brain connection, and that can really support our mood as well. So that's the renew stage. So we've got, I'll just go back just so you can get it into your head. So obviously we start with the key products, which are like the foundations, lemon, throughout the cleanse. We've got TerraZyme again throughout, 1 or 2 with meals. And then we start with the 1 to 10 days, which is the activate stage, using Zendocrine and Zendocrine Complex if you can get hold of it. Another 10 days, depending on how long you're doing it for, would be the reset stage, where we're just scrubbing everything out that shouldn't be there, sort of. And then what we're doing is it's like scrubbing a floor and then waxing it. That's all I'd say with this one, restoring everything back to its what it was originally, or even better actually. And then also with this stage, with the PB Restore, we're taking one of these a day, but we're also going to be using DDR Prime. And the reason for that is because it's our cellular renew. So we're renewing our gut with all that bacteria, but we are also supporting our cell integrity, basically. So it really supports this phase. It supports the resilience of our cells, our body's ability to repair and renew cells. It also helps to protect our cells from everyday stress, oxidative stress, and better overall function. We all need healthy cells because we're made of cells. So this is a key ingredient in the renew part of the cleanse, and we take 1 per day for 10 days with our meals, along with the PB Restore. So that's the idea of the 30-day cleanse. And this is it here. I can send this after, because there's a PDF that doTERRA have compiled just to help you get it in your system. So we've talked about the days 1 to 30, we're taking the TerraZyme and the lemon. And also it recommends the lifelong vitality, which is your vitamin and mineral complex. If you are on the VMG and the omegas, then that is great as well, either or. And then the activate is the Zendocrine. The reset is the GX Assist, and the renew is those 2 that we've mentioned there. And this is the Zendocrine Complex. It used to be part of the 1 to 10, but I think it's doing it all the time for good reason, that this needs to be part of the whole 30-day process. So that makes total sense to help eliminate throughout that stage. And there's a little sort of calendar so you can track what you are taking if you wanted to do the full cleanse there. Okay, so just as a bit of a breakdown, lemon is our cleanser. It's going to support our hydration on a daily basis. So whether you do the whole cleanse or you just think, actually, I just want to start by just drinking lemon more, that's going to help with your antioxidant pathways. It's going to help you with your hydration as well. And the Zendocrine Softgels is like the activator. It's getting everything working in the liver and kidney to support those detox pathways. and then the Zendocrine Complex is filtering it all out and sort of pulling out those toxins for us. Think of TerraZyme as the deconstructor. It's breaking everything down for better absorption and smoother elimination. The GX Assist is the gut sweep, the scrubbing brush, a short phase to cleanse the digestive tract. And then the last 10 days is the rebuilding and putting back everything with the PB Restore and the DDR Prime, which I haven't put there, but it does the same thing. So that's the cleanse, but there's also many ways that we can support our detoxification. Some simple ways of doing it is just by supporting our lymphatic system. We know how important that is because our lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like the heart. So we need movement to help shift the fluid from our tissues. So that's going to help to reduce puffiness, heaviness, and stagnation. So things like movement, bouncing, HIIT, brisk walking, and we can support it through body brushing, which we'll talk about as well. Really helps. So get moving, just 10, 20 minutes a day will really help our lymphatic system. And then we've got, we can also do dry body brushing. This is going to support the lymphatic flow as well. It's going to boost the circulation and help stop us feeling as sluggish. So just using a natural bristle brush, we can dry brush before we get in the shower toward the heart, light pressure towards the legs, arms, tummy in a clockwise motion there. So that's a great way to support our lymphatic system as well with movement and dry body brushing. Remember we talked about the skin being a great eliminator of toxins through sweat. So it's great for our circulation, really gets us moving, especially in winter. It can be quite sluggish and quite cold. So really get moving on a brisk walk, hot and cold therapy, saunas, HIIT workouts, really help us to just get sweaty, really, however that can be, whether it's dancing around or whatever. If you sweat, you can detox your pores and you'll feel much better after. It's releasing those toxins from the skin. Another way you can do it is through Epsom salt bath, and that supports our detoxification. So making sure that what's going in the bath is either some natural salts, whichever you choose. You can put some oils with those salts, whichever you like. Zendocrine's a great one, and that can really support detoxification through the skin. Yeah, we don't need to say it, but we know that hydration, drinking enough water, good quality water, can really help with our bowels, our urinary system. Just starting the day with sort of 500 ml of water with some citrus oils is a great way. This one I thought was interesting because our lungs is one of our big sort of detoxification organs, and we don't always, I think sometimes when we're talking about cleanses and detoxes, we don't think of the lungs really, but there's so much things that can get stuck in the lungs, and toxins and waste and things like that can be lurking in the lungs. So how many times do we deep breathe and really clear our lungs? So it's really important to open the windows in the house so you've not got stale air stagnating. When you go on a brisk walk, it helps you to, obviously if it's not too cold, so it's going to freeze your lungs, but a good brisk walk that helps you get those lungs really working from the bottom to the top rather than just shallow breathing. That's going to really help with eliminating things lurking in the lungs. We know the sea air is good for that. But also think about just breathing with essential oils, using some the breathwork technique that can really help us do that deep breathwork, which can support elimination and our nervous system as well. We don't need to mention I think we all, because we're into pure essential oils, we know that it's small changes in our everyday life, like swapping what we put on our skin, reducing fragrances in the home, getting out air in the home daily, not using as much plastic, what we eat with. It's going to really help to eliminate our toxic load, reduce it as much as we can within reason, and that's really going to help to lift our body, so it's not just having to process all these toxins, and it can actually work on what it's good at and give us energy and vitality. And then finally, don't forget sleep. It's our liver and brain cleanup. If we don't sleep, our brains just, have you ever thought to yourself, oh, I just need a good sleep? Even if it's a power nap, you wake up, you think, I actually feel a lot cleaner in my brain. So really important to regulate. And we know when we sleep, our body can sort out all its functions during the night, whether it's our kidneys and liver, etc. So a good night's sleep would really help with that as well. Now, we can't talk about cleansing without talking about emotional cleansing, because we can do all the stuff. We can buy the whole cleanse and restore kit and spend lots of money on all these cleansers that are around. But if we are holding on to emotions, that can really just stagnate us. So it'd be a waste of time to do a physical cleanse without looking at things that could be stuck. So I'd recommend that anyone starting to do a cleanse, a physical cleanse, that they look at the forgive oil and work alongside that with the emotions. Things like resentment and anger can stagnate in our body and different organs. They can sap our energy, and we really want to release things. So think of the forgive oils like a tree that just shakes the leaves and releases everything that's no longer needed. And so ways we can use the forgive oil is applying to our wrists, our heart, breathing in, exhale for 4, inhale for 4, exhale for 4, and think about emotions that may be not processed, and think of how we can just maybe use this maybe for 10 to 14 days. So forgive is like clearing out the emotional cupboard that you've been sort of stuck, like cupboard that you think, oh, I'll just leave it there. It really helps to just gently process things that maybe have been stuck or maybe are too hurtful. Forgive is a really nice way to help to process it, because our limbic system's connected to our emotional control center, which can really help to release these things. And we've had some lovely testimonials of people using forgive and not as bitter emotionally. So yeah, a great one to use. Whether you use the roller or the neat oil, I'd recommend you do that along with the cleanse as well. Okay, so we've looked at quite a bit there, and it can be quite overwhelming. So I invite you to maybe just choose your level, maybe add one habit that you want to change this week, whether it's dry body brushing or moving more, or adding more fibre to your meals, which helps with elimination, doesn't it, for the gut. Maybe prioritising early nights. And build a gentle detox rhythm with your movement. Don't forget breathing deeply as well. You can also do the 30 to 90 day cleanse and restore, which is that structured routine to support our liver, kidneys, gut and microbiome. And anyone who does want to do the cleanse and restore, they'll get the full PDF and support as well from us. So it's supporting your body consistently and gently in a way that you can sustain. So just pick one thing, think, right, maybe I'll just do lemon in water, and that would be a great habit to build in if you don't already do that. Lemon and water and forgive would be a great one as well. So they're the products that are there. This kit itself is the cleanse and restore, which all these can be bought together with the lifelong vitality. The lemon you would have to purchase alongside it as well. They used to have it in, I think there's a VAT issue with adding lemon to it because they're all supplements or something. There's a reason why they didn't include it. And if anyone needs help getting any of these products, if they've not got a wholesale account, then just reach out to myself or one of the wellness advocates, and we can not only get it for you at wholesale price, but we can also support you and give you all the resources so you can start your little cleansing journey. Lovely. So I'll just stop recording and open it up to any questions.